everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is day 4, day 4 of the 12 Days of Christmas series. And I'm sorry I could not make a video yesterday. So yesterday would have been day 4. But as you guys know, I have a kid, my oldest son. He's deaf and he sometimes he's just started school, so he runs out of class sometimes. He's still getting, used to the whole school thing. You're supposed to stay in class rather than play outside all day. So sometimes the teacher does call me over to, have him come back to class, and my sleep has just been off. I don't know, it's just been somewhere. So that is the reason I was not able to make a video yesterday. But I did want to, make one for today. And I have this amazing mini album idea that you can display somewhere. I haven't seen this before, but I haven't seen a tutorial for this before. I did saw a couple of pictures on Pinterest, which is where I got the idea from. But it's gonna be a pretty simple album. I'm not gonna decorate it too much, so it does lay flat, and you can send it as flat mount as well if you wanted to, like a photo book in a way. But other than that, let's get into the supplies and then we'll get into the tutorial. So basically what I have here is I have a couple of magnets here. I'm going to be creating some flips and flaps, so I do want them to stay shut rather than, flying everywhere. So I have some magnets, and I have these 8 mm ones by 8 by 1. The thing with these are that they're a little smaller than the 10 ones, which is I have those as well. But for this project they'll be perfect. And then I have obviously my adhesive, which is tape. I also have glue over here for my pattern paper, and then tape and scissors, and my scoring tool and a pencil, just in case I need a pencil. So for the crafting papers, I guess, and embellishments, so I have these stickers here. These are Kraft Color stickers, and they're American Craft stickers. I got these from Target a while back. This is before I started making mini albums. This is actually for bullet journaling, so that's that. I have these papers that I used on tags during Halloween, and I had these just lying around, so I said maybe I might want to use these papers. It's just dictionary papers from a dictionary that I decided to burn a little on the stove. So that's what these are. And I have 2 pads, paper pads here with me, so I'm not sure which one I want to use. I have the 4 Seasons of Winter by P13 and Echo Park 6x6 Winter Magic. And I think I do have a flip through of both of these on my crafting haul video. And I have cardstock. So this is the cardstock I use, Alene cardstock, and this cardstock has been amazing for me. So this is a new pack because I just ran out. And then I of course have my paper trimmer here with my scoring tool and my cutting blade. So the first thing you want to do is you want to grab a couple of cardstocks, and you're going to need 5. So we're going to be making like a mini album in the shape of a star, as you guys saw in the intro. Yeah. So it's the shape of a star, so you will need 5. You can obviously add more if you don't want to create the whole star effect. You can add more and just have it displayed as I don't know, a 7-sided star, maybe an 8-sided star. So you can obviously go on forever, but for the sake of this video, I am going to make a 5-star kind of thing. So this idea for me was kind of like the star on top of a Christmas tree. This is where this originated. So what you are going to need for the base pages is 5 pieces of cardstock, and I'm going to get those right now and we're going to cut them together. So for this album, what you are going to do is you're going to cut your 5 pieces of cardstock down to 7.5 by 6.5. So you're going to need 5 of those, 7.5 by 6.5. And I will have the measurements on the screen somewhere, like I've been doing with all my previous videos. And also, make sure to save your scraps, yes. So 6.5. 7.5. This is the size of the album. This is the main size of the album. So I am going to be saving all my scraps, even the little pieces. Again, 6.5 by 7.5. Okay. And then you're gonna get 5 more pieces of cardstock. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I am using 110-pound cardstock just because I do want this to be a little sturdy, because when I'm going to be making the pop-up, the piece of paper does get a little, you know, the size gets a little thinner, and I do not want that ripping. You can also use 65-pound cardstock if you have designer paper, which is like really thick, to you know, add bulk, and it will be sturdy as well. So for this sheet of paper, I'm going to be cutting this down to 9 by 8.5. Cut 2 at a time. So 9 by 8.5. So just cut it at 9. And these scraps can be used for pockets, which I am going to be doing, and some are going to be used for what do you call it? Flaps. To create flaps. Okay, so I have that done. Oh wait, it's supposed to be 9 by 8. I'm sorry. Not 9 by 8.5. It's 9 by 8. Okay, so we're going to put these aside, but we're going to grab our 9 by 8 paper, and on the 9-inch side, you're going to score, one of the sides, you're going to score at 2 inches. This is the part that's going to be holding your paper together, so you're going to glue onto the paper. And then on the bottom side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch. So one of the sides, you're going to score at 1/2 inch, like this. So this is what you're gonna have. You're gonna have this is how it's supposed to go, like this. So you have 2 inches here. This would adhere onto this paper like this, and then this flap here is going to be used to create a pocket. Oh, and then you want to score 1/2 inch on this side as well, like this. So this is going to create a pocket, and then this should fit in like this. See, it fits perfectly. Okay, that's why I was wondering why it was a little big. So we're going to use these to create a pocket. So what you're going to do, I'm going to show you another one because that one did get a little confusing. So on your 9-inch side, first you're going to score. So this is your 9-inch side. You're going to score at 2. Like this. And then you're going to flip it around and score at 1/2 inch. And keeping the 2 inside with your left hand, it should be on your left hand. You're going to score at the bottom. So don't go like this and score at the bottom here. But I mean, you could, because yeah, we'll flip the paper over and then you get that. But you want the 2 inches on the left hand side. So there's 2 of those. Again, you're gonna do 2 inches, 1/2 inch, rotate and 1/2 inch. Okay, so you need 4 of those. And then for the last one, you need, yeah, this is supposed to be 7.5. So this is gonna get cut down instead of 8 to 7.5, because you're not gonna make a pocket on this one, but you are going to score at 2. So let me show you. You will be scoring this at 2 inches here. Like that. So this will be adhering your cardstock to the paper. Like this. Oh, and then you don't need this to be either, so we're gonna cut off the inch. So I will have the correct measurements in the video somewhere. So please be sure to follow those rather than me trying to do math on my own. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna glue all these together. So first I'm gonna put this to the side. So I'm gonna grab my papers and I'm gonna show you. So you're gonna cut, I'm gonna cut at an angle, and then you're gonna cut this off. This little rectangle here, you don't need that. And also the square, you don't need this, you can cut that off as well. So, like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that with all of my cards, and then I'll be right back. So now that I have cut all my papers, I'm gonna grab one of these, and then I'm also gonna grab one of these. I'm gonna score this. So I have, you know, a nice bending. Everything on. I'm also gonna score this. This is to create a pocket when you add, when you glue together your pages. So rather than having to add hinges or, you know, not having a full pocket, which I like the whole area of a pocket. So you would get like a whole pocket here. Okay, so what you're gonna do, you're gonna keep this on the outside and this like this. Or like this. So this is going to get glued onto the 6.5 by 7.5 pages. So here you can use glue, you can use tape. I'm going to be using glue. So the pictures I did see of this album, it was meant more for like smaller picture, maybe 4x3s, or cropped pictures like 2x2s. And I did not want to do that because I like bigger pictures, like 4x6 pictures, maybe 5x7. So maybe this can hold, you know, like a cropped 5x7 picture can also hold it can obviously hold 4x6 pictures. So this is one of your pages. See how it goes together? So you're gonna be making 4 of these kind, and then the fifth one would be without these flaps. are going to do is we're going to make this pop-up mechanism inside the card. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to get one of your papers and you're going to have the folding side on top like this. And just forget about these little flaps. But I'm going to be opening mine because they're kind of a little annoying. So you're going to put the bottom of your paper, your card, page, whatever, at 1 inch. Okay? And then you're going to measure 1.5 towards the inside, and you're going to stop right there. So 1.5. So that'll be on one side. And then you're going to flip and do the same thing on the other side. So 1 inch, paper around the 1 inch mark, and measure into 1.5, like this. So there you go. So this is what you would get. Okay. So I did one page already because I was kind of having trouble with it. And so you're going to put it at 1 and measure 1.5 inch down. Flip it around and do the same thing. 1 inch and 1.5 down. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing, 1 inch and 1.5 down. And the next thing you want to do is you want to cut this piece off, so you're just going to score down. Oh, not score, cut down here. Form the pop-up, so you're just going to score here and here. So just line your scoring tool like this and just, you know, score, then flip it over and do the same thing. And then you will be cutting off this part here, because this is not part of the pocket. Okay. So basically this is what's going to form your pop-up mechanism. Pages here. What I am going to do is I'm going to glue these together. So basically this is going to go on the outside. I'm going to be using tape for this now. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add tape to these flaps here. So you want this valley, I guess, the mountain, I guess, this fold here to be on the inside like this. Okay, so this is going to go on the inside, so you want your other pages to be like that as well. So I'm going to grab another page, I'm going to fold it so the mountain part is facing towards me, and I'm going to make sure it's upright, and then I am going to adhere this like this. So here I'm just going to pull. Okay. And then the same thing for the bottom. So now you have sort of a partial pocket, but this page is open. We're going to do something about that as well. So you're going to do this to all your pages. Okay. So this would be my 4th page, and then my last page is plain. Make sure when you're doing this you don't glue it all the way, because that's not what you're supposed to do. You still want it to close. Keep in mind that this is, even though this is a mini album, it is still meant to be, you know, it could be kept as a book. It doesn't have to be displayed. So the last one, making sure it is aligned. I'm just gonna put this. Okay. And then here as well. And then we have this whole thing so far that you have created your pages. So see, when you open it and you have it like this, so you see the star in the middle. Hold on. So see, there's a star in the middle like this. So these are gonna get glued down. I'm gonna do something with that one. But then there's like this whole star thing going on, and that's where this gets its name from. There's like the star. Okay. So to close this area here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of my scraps here like these, and I'm going to cut them down to 7.5 by 1 inch. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you have 4 pockets. Okay. So 7.5. Okay. And then I'm going to cut these down to 1 inch. I'm going to do this like 2 at a time. Maybe I don't need... Okay. And then I'm going to score these at 1/2 inch in the middle. Like this. have a hinge type thing like this, which is going to help me connect these two pieces together, like this, basically, like this. Okay, so I am going to be cutting the corners. And that just is how to fly. Okay. Add tape to both sides. Like this. And then glue one side down to the back of the pocket and one side to the other page. Okay, so I have created all my pockets, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to embellish this, and then yeah, basically then we'll go from there. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to get a couple of magnets. So I want this to adhere to this page like this. And now I think you'll be able to see the star better. See? You can see the star. Okay, so I want this to adhere to this page. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be using magnets for that. You can use I think you can use a paper clip, maybe a clip in general. But I am going to be using 4 magnets. Well, basically 8 magnets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a magnet in each corner like this. And for this, you kind of do want to use thin ones, and you don't want to bulk up the front covers of your album. Just so they stay put. Okay. And then I'm also going to be adding these magnets to the other side, making sure the page is even. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically have this go on top like this and just press it down and they should come off, yeah. Okay. Now when I go like this, these will put together, and then I can do this and this. gonna create my star like this. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna embellish all these pages. Paper that is 7.5 by 7. I'm gonna score this. I'm gonna score this at 3.5 from the 7 inside. So like this. So you need a 7 by 7 piece of cardstock, and then you would score it at 3.5, and yeah, that's what basically. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go 1 inch like this, and then go 1/2 inch down. So you don't really need to no, yeah, 1/2 inch down. You don't really need to do the whole back of the paper. So basically you have this slit like this, and I suggest doing this after you've covered your photo mats, because it's easier to just cut everything all at once rather than having to go back and cut again. So you have this like this, and then what you're gonna do is that I was going for. So basically this is what this, I hope this is in the camera. So this is what this will look like. Like a star, as you could see in the middle. And then all of these would have this photo mat going on here. I'm going to turn this around like this a little. So maybe it'll catch it. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So it'll be something like that. See the photo mat, you can see it, it's popping out like that. Okay, so that was basically today's project, which yeah, I had fun making, but I'm not too sure how I did with the tutorial. Okay. So, anyways, I will try to clarify more by, you know, adding the descriptions and everything. So, basically, this was the album, and I hope you guys enjoyed it because I kind of like how it looks, and I think I am going to be displaying this somewhere. But other than that, I will actually, like, you know, what do you call it? I will finish embellishing with these parts here, and then these parts here, add photo mats and everything, and then I will create a what do you call it, a walkthrough of this project, and I hope you guys will like that as well. But other than that, that is it for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Tomorrow I do have something a little creative, I guess, but it is going to be fun as well. And I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.